Hey guys, I've never done one of these before. Alex challenged us this week to share our work week via video, and I've never been one to back down on a challenge. So I guess this week's as good as any. And I just want to kind of walk you guys through what I've been working on with Facebook Analytics for apps, kind of the wireframe process to the beginning stages of the design phase, which is where we're at now. So the first thing I wanted to do was to provide the client with an interactive prototype. And I wanted to keep it grayscale so the client only focuses on the way the website functions opposed to how it looks. So here you see me driving through the wireframe. I'm clicking on the blog, showing how that functions. And once the client sees this, they can sign off and we can move on to the look and feel. After the client signed off on the wireframe stage, I was able to move on to the look and feel. I decided to work on the first page, design a visual language, present this to the client, and have them sign off so I could move on to design more pages. So after the client signed off on the look and feel, I was able to move on to more pages. So here we're scrolling through page 1, and we come down to the bottom carousel. The client also wanted to know how this was actually going to look when it was animated. And then we move on to screen 2, keeping with the same look and feel. So it shows the product features, and up top we show an illustration of what their product actually looks like. Then we move into the same sort of carousels. These animate the same way as the first one. And then we see a second category header here, and everything's broken down into subcategories. And as the user clicks to the right, the next category shows up. Then we move on down to how it looks on a mobile device. And I also want to note here, check out the service provider. I like to hide Easter eggs in my designs. So this shows the client how the site would actually look like on a phone. We see the navigation, we see the login, and the site looks pretty similar to how it looks on the desktop. And then we have a footer here at the bottom. And I also wanted to show the client what it looked like on an actual phone. So here's page 1, again with the hamburger menu and the login. And when you click on the hamburger menu, it turns into the navigation. So of course the client always comes back with changes of what they feel is going to be better than the original design. Here they wanted to have a carousel with cards to where the user clicks left or right, and those cards animate as the user clicks. So then they also wanted to color block each individual section. So I provided them with a visual possibility of what that might look like, color blocking each section as you see here. And then they loved the carousel down here at the bottom, so we kept that the same. And they also wanted to have a customer quote and an illustration, and at the bottom they wanted to show customer logos. So we decided to show that. And here's the new footer. So that's what I got. I'll leave your comments below, and maybe I'll do another one next week.